You know that feeling, right? You're trying to explain something you know inside and out, and you're just met with a blank stare. It's a universal problem. Well, today, we're going to unlock a powerful framework for explaining anything, from super complex science to, I don't know, the plot of your favorite movie. Let's get right into it. So, this is the challenge that really kicked this whole thing off. Give an explained lesson in any subject you suggest. I mean, just imagine someone saying that to you. It sounds impossible, doesn't it? But what if it's not? What if there's a simple secret to making literally any topic understandable? Oh, we have all been there. Someone asks you about your job or a hobby you're really passionate about, and poof, nothing. Your brain just feels like this tangled mess of yarn. You know the information is in there, but you just can't find the right words to make it make sense for somebody else. And that right there, that's what we're calling the explainer's dilemma. It's that super frustrating gap between knowing something and actually being able to do something with that knowledge. Share it. And honestly, closing this gap is one of the most valuable skills you can ever learn. And here is the big secret, the main takeaway. Being a great explainer isn't about just memorizing more facts. It is not a data dump. It's all about building connections. First, you've got to connect the ideas themselves. And second, and this is the really important part, you have to build a connection with the person you're actually talking to. So how do we build those connections? Well, luckily, you don't need a PhD in every single subject. You just need a really simple but powerful framework. Think of it like a universal toolkit that just works for any topic you can possibly imagine. And here it is. This is the whole shebang. It all comes down to these 3 simple steps. Find the core idea, build a bridge, and tell the story. That's it. That's the entire blueprint. So let's take a closer look at what each one of these actually means. Okay, first you have to find the absolute essence of your topic. If your audience could only walk away remembering one single thing, what would it be? Now, this isn't about dumbing it down. It's about distilling it, getting right down to its most powerful central truth. Right, so once you've got that core idea, you need to connect it to your audience's world. This is the bridge. You use something like an analogy or a metaphor or just a familiar concept to make the new, complex idea feel intuitive and easy to grasp. It's like you're giving them a mental hook to hang all this new information on. Okay, look at this example. On one side, you have non-local quantum entanglement. I mean, that's a phrase that makes most of us just want to run for the hills. But look at the bridge, like 2 coins that are always opposite. And just like that, the fear is gone. You've got a mental picture. You kind of get it, even without the physics degree. That is the power of a good bridge. And finally, you wrap it all up in a story. Our brains are literally wired for narrative. You don't just list facts, you arrange them in a sequence that makes sense. You can present a problem, explain the process, and show the results. A story makes the information stick. It makes it memorable and way more engaging. Okay, so that's the theory. But does it actually work in the real world? Let's put this toolkit to the test. We'll try it on a couple of very different topics just to see how powerful it can be. First up, the stock market. It's something we hear about every single day, but really, how many of us could actually explain it to a 5-year-old? Let's see how our framework handles it. Okay, let's break it down. The core idea, it's just a giant auction. The bridge? Think of it like a farmer's market, but instead of vegetables, you're buying tiny pieces of companies. And the story? The price just goes up or down based on how many people want to buy versus how many want to sell. See? In less than 15 seconds? The stock market doesn't seem so intimidating anymore, does it? All right, let's switch gears completely. We're going from high finance straight to the kitchen. Something physical and practical. Can the toolkit handle this too? Absolutely. The core idea here is just the science. Yeast eats sugar and makes gas. The bridge is perfect for this one. It's like blowing up millions of tiny little balloons inside the dough. And the story is basically the recipe itself. You mix it up, you let those little balloons inflate, and then you shape it and bake it. From quantum physics to pizza, the framework holds up. It just works. So, we've seen the problem, we've learned the framework, and we've put it to the test. Now for the most important part, how you can start using it, like right now. This simple process, core idea, bridge, story, is your new secret weapon, for real. The next time you feel your mind going blank, just remember these 3 steps. It is such a reliable way to organize your thoughts and make sure your ideas land with total clarity and impact. And that brings us to the final and most important question. Just think about that one thing. maybe at work or in your hobbies, in your life, that you've always struggled to explain. How can you apply this framework to it? What's the first complex idea you're going to make simple?